For an airport that flies 65 million passengers a year and makes direct routes to 330 destinations across 5 continents of the world, there is always room for expansion. As you can see, these numbers speak of 2 things: popularity and robustness. So guys, we are talking about none other than Germany's Frankfurt Airport, FRA. We'd like you to create a vivid picture in your mind of an airport that is bigger than 25 soccer stadiums. We hope you can come up with something because that's how gigantic this airport is going to be when completed. But before we jump right in, quickly like this video and subscribe to the channel. Due to the popularity of the airport and its preference by millions of people around the world, calls for expansion were initiated far back in the 1990s, with the green light for the commencement of work eventually granted in 2000, signaling the beginning of the $4 billion expansion. A massive expansion that will see Terminal 3 of the airport cover a gigantic landmass equivalent to 25 soccer fields. The airport's new look is a masterpiece of engineering and architectural prowess, modern with a feel-good ambience. That's the credo of Terminal 3. In architect Christoph Meckler's design, piers, gates, and lounges emulate the streets and squares of a city. The aim was not to create a sober utilitarian transfer facility, but a lively urban environment with all of its amenities. Light-flooded areas featuring warm, natural hues evoke a pleasant atmosphere that people will enjoy spending time in. Business travelers and vacationers alike will have all the luxury of 5-star Sheraton hotels and lounges filled with cozy amenities. Each facility at the new terminal is built with a definite intention to make every passenger have that first-class feel and comfort during their stay. The airport includes shower facilities at Terminals 1 and 2 with hair dryers and shower gels. Also, there is an exquisite spa for passengers to relax or to get a massage between flights. Manicures and pedicures are available, as well as foot massages, salons for haircuts, and reflexology. Not only that, passengers can handle their businesses at the airport's conference centers, which offer guests 35 meeting rooms and first-class services. There is free Wi-Fi and LAN available for passengers to connect with family, friends, and work while still in transit. There's also a variety of marketplaces and eateries around that offer enticing menus of European and global flavors for passengers to choose from. The masterfully designed Terminal 3 is being built in several phases. The first phase, comprising the main terminal building and Piers H and J, began in 2015 and will presumably go into operation in 2026. The second phase, consisting of Pier G, was already structurally completed in April 2022, with calls for it to be inaugurated in 2026. If needed, Pier G can also start operating sooner. Pier K, constituting the third phase, will be implemented if and when there is a need for it. Among other factors, accessibility was one of the main things considered in this expansion, with provision made for Terminal 3 to be accessible in 2 entrances. The first entrance was designed for cars and has been facilitated by a connection to the existing road network. In the airport's building, there is a half-kilometer-long drive-in platform located at the front of the gates of the departure halls. To handle the influx of thousands of cars, a new 8-story parking facility has been made and will have room for 8,500 vehicles. Also, parts of it will be equipped with charging stations for electric vehicles. Outside the aircraft environs, a total of 10 kilometers of roads are being built, and the interchange on the A5 motorways is also being expanded to increase its capacity for northbound traffic coming from and going to Terminal 3. In addition, a new public road is being built parallel to the A5 5 motorways linking the south of the airport with Hugo Eckener Ring and Gateway Gardens. The second mode of entrance for passengers is by the Skyline, a driverless double-track system that helps visitors move between Terminals 1 and 3 in just 8 minutes. The Skyline connects the airport's train station of Terminal 1 to the futuristic Terminal 3, enabling people to access it only through public transport. On reaching Terminal 3, the visitor's next destination is the main terminal hall comprising 3 zones. The first being a spacious hall split into 2 floors, upper and lower. The upper floor will serve as the departure hall directly accessible from the drive-in platform, while the lower floor will serve as the arrival hall. The second zone at the terminal building serves as a security checkpoint with the safety of passengers of utmost importance to its regulators. The next zone is the futuristic marketplace and lounges for the comfort of travelers. On completion, Frankfurt Airport will be able to contain an extra 25 million passengers per year, added to the 65 million customers it already accommodates at the moment. The airport's operating body, Fraport, is the main stakeholder responsible for the expansion. However, engineers continue to encounter several challenges from the planning and now the construction of the project. The COVID-19 pandemic, where passenger volumes plummeted from a record high in 2019 to unprecedented lows in 2020, underscored the importance of this approach. But today, the crowds have once again returned. Also, engineers and workers at the site witnessed underground water tables that required the services of experienced divers to scale through beneath the water levels. The workers toiled tirelessly, applying innovative techniques and precision to ensure the stability and longevity of the massive structures that were erected on dry land above. Then came the jigsaw puzzle roof installation, which required an extraordinary amount of precision to provide a blend of shelter and modernity to the terminal's new look. Engineers worked meticulously to craft this 2.5 soccer field roof in 6 months. But despite all the milestones, it has received several criticisms from the indigents as they complained about the carbon footprint polluting the environment. However, Fraport reassured the people of its climate protection goals. Energy-optimized construction has already made a difference, and once Terminal 3 has been completed and begins operating, its high standard of energy efficiency will make a major contribution to attaining this target. We would like to know what you think about this mega airport expansion project. Let's know what you think in the comments section.